nothing to eat. Families shouldn't have to struggle to survive, and children should not be homeless. Family Promise of Montgomery County serves the needs of homeless families and their children. Learn about ways you can help and learn about partnership opportunities at www.familypromiseofmc.org or call our day center at 936-441-8778.
A Lone Star Community Radio is ready for the summer. If you or anyone you know is looking for summer internship opportunities, a Lone Star Community Radio is a great place to grab the mic and be on the air. A Lone Star Community Radio offers a great opportunity to those interested in learning about the radio world all year round. Be an on-air personality, talk show producer, or YouTube, TV, podcast editor. Contact the station at info@irlonestar.com or call the station's message line at 936-647-3776.
Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KCCC LP Conroe and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us on the Cindy Cochran Show. Boy, did my inflection go up. You said 3, 2, 1. No, that's how I always talk. I go to the grocery store. I went, how y'all doing? It's so good to see everybody here. No, we got a great show today. Wait till you see who all we have. I mean, the house is full right now. And we talked to this lady. If you remember, Melody Montez. You have to remember that name, Melody Montez. And tell me your exact title. I don't want to
Executive Director.
Executive Director.
Historic Crichton Theater.
The Historic Crichton Theater. And see, putting that on it
fits on a card, barely.
Just a second, I've got to addendum that card here. There's the rest of it. So we met her before, and she's the big deal over at the Crichton Theater now, and the Crichton Theater is just getting ready to start up with a new play, Much to Do About...
We just talked about this.
I know, I have to pronounce it correctly, because I thought it was to do, and it's ado. Much ado. It's just hard to get it out of your mouth, Cindy, texting you. Much ado about nothing.
There you go.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Okay. Okay. And that's and it's from, Shakespeare. Yeah, that's my jam. Shakespeare is so cool and has lasted since the 1600s, and they're still reading him in high school, and still high school students are going, what does that mean? Same thing that they used to do a long time ago. Anyway, but they're going to have the play. And when you see the play, you'll probably understand him a little bit better, because he had a great sense of humor.
Yes.
And he did do some pretty tragic type plays, but he did
a lot
comedy.
of great comedies.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And so this is going to be your time to connect with him. And we actually have two of the famous, fabulous actors that are on stage that will be doing a scene for us, and I can't wait to get to that. We have Ian Montez. Funny, it must be your son.
He is.
He is.
My talented son. Yes.
And he has to be, he has to audition, and he has to make sure
Yes,
that
he did.
he has to go through the auditions unless you found someone better than you, and that would be difficult to sit around the
would be
Thanksgiving table with. No, but you're lucky you got such a talented family.
I'm very lucky every day.
You are. No, blessed. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I said lucky. And then Stephen Sampson. Hey, man, what's up? It's good to see you.
Nice to see you, too.
I mean,
Nice
you
to
and
meet
I
you.
just feel like I just know you from something else.
It feels like that. Even though I'm new to this whole state.
You are.
He is.
Where are you coming from?
I'm originally from Boston, Massachusetts.
Isn't that wonderful?
Boston, Massachusetts. Oh my goodness, you don't have an accent or nothing.
Yeah, on some places I can do it though.
You can. All right. Let me hear. Where are you gonna park the car? Let me see that.
Of course, I'm gonna park the car at Harvard Yard. I'm gonna take a little trip down to Fenway Park there, have a couple of dogs.
A couple of dogs.
Lovely.
I love it. That is great. So now you know your next anytime you need an actor with this.
Right. I need to do Goodwill Hunting or something.
Or something.
Yeah.
Right,
Oh, yeah. That would be an easy one to do.
Yeah.
Call Robin. But anyway, I'm so glad that you're here and that you're going to be part of this. And
Me too.
And I can't wait to hear the scene, but we're not going to do it yet. We're just teasing. It's called teasing, just teasing, guys.
Yeah.
And just like me trying to find the camera. This is so weird. I know you're over there. And so, but that's my camera right there. So I'm going to turn this way.
This is so fun.
Have a good time with. Okay, look. All right, listen. This is what we got to find out about you guys. Why in the world would you want to act on stage in the, in the Crichton Theater? What makes you want to do something like that, Ian?
Well, I mean, I've been running around that theater since I was a baby. I mean, I'm lucky that she's been. When did you start
I
with
started
the Crichton?
in the mid-'90s, in 94, and I'm actually directing Much Ado About Nothing also, so I've got two hats I'm wearing this right now. And yeah, I started bringing them and teaching them about theater and theater etiquette and
etiquette, that's the
pushing a
thing.
broom when, and
Right.
earning your keep and
Yeah.
how to act backstage.
And, I mean, and since I
Since
was,
he was, I think you did your first show there when you were 5 or 6.
I think six. I was thinking.
Do you
6 years
remember
old.
it?
Yeah,
You
yeah. It was
Oh.
cheaper by the dozen. It was stage right. Yeah, and I was the youngest. Well, I was the youngest kid of the 10 kids that were in.
You were the precocious one? Were
Yeah,
you
I think.
the-
Yeah.
What was it, Jackie?
Jackie, I think was the character's
the
name.
young
yeah.
kid. Yeah.
Oh,
The young one.
okay.
But I mean, I've been watching movies and reenacting scenes since I was little. I mean, I can't think of anything else I'd rather do
That's
than
awesome.
that. So I've been running around the theater since I was little. Did Bravo Company many years there, and then now back with Stage Right.
Now he's
so,
grown up and
Yeah,
does
I
grown-up
can do
shows.
grown-up shows now.
Yeah.
It's the best
So
part.
are you loyal to the Crichton, or you can go anywhere you want to and audition and they'll let you?
I mean, right now I'm loyal to the Crichton, but I would not rule out any other theater. You know, I mean, one of my favorite shows is Rocky Horror, and that's usually a downtown Houston thing. So any other theaters I
Oh,
can
that's
go.
right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Yeah,
here
I
to
can't
stay.
get Rocky Horror in Conroe yet.
but you know,
We have a city
but now
council
I'm,
meeting about
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
but I'm back. So whatever theaters, any opportunities, any shows I love, I want to jump at because
That is that's so awesome.
yeah.
So your friends support you? They go like, "Oh yeah, I want to come see that."
Yeah, absolutely. We're a big kind of community over here. I just finished up In the Heights. I was in the Heights, and a lot of the people from that show are excited for this show because 3 of the In the Heights cast members are in Much Ado, including me. And so
What about school? Your school friends?
I graduated high school in 2021. I have a few that I still keep in contact with, but a lot of them have moved out, out of state for some stuff.
Okay, I thought you were a senior.
No,
That's my younger one.
That's
Oh, you have-
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
your
There's
younger
another
brother.
one who's
Oh.
younger.
Who was also in the Heights and
There's more.
plays
Okay,
drum.
hold
There's
on.
more. There's another.
I got
yeah.
2.
There's 2. Yeah. There's 2 of
Because
us.
he's so
Super.
much more mature than my senior year. I'm going like, what happened? Oh, you're 2021.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. I'm glad that you graduated.
Me
Me
too.
too.
I'm telling you, a lot of kids right now, got messed up by the pandemic
yeah.
and don't even care if that
Well, that
happens.
hit his senior
did hit
year,
my
so
senior
it was
year.
kind of
It
rough.
was
Oh,
tough.
it did.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you didn't
It
get
was
to
tough.
do
Not his
your.
senior year, junior year.
It hit at the end of my junior year, and then all senior year was done through COVID, and
Yeah.
so they didn't do a musical. The theater department pretty much went.
So his whole senior
Yeah, so it
theater
was-
got
So
ruined,
before I was just in Monty Python's Spamalot in December. Before Spamalot, my last show was before the pandemic. So it was 2019 was the last. So I took a 3-year kind of hiatus just
Yeah.
while everything was crazy and worked itself out. And then once the dust settled, I returned, and I was a Night of the Round Table, and it was the best show to be a part of coming back.
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
That's a
So
good comeback show.
in that hiatus, do you just practice plays or you?
That I'm also a musician. I play guitar, so I did a lot of that. I was just talking to Stephen earlier that I used to write songs in high school. I don't write too much anymore, but I still occasionally do it. And so I'm a big fan of Elvis and Buddy Holly and that stuff. So my
Oh,
brother and I did my brother and I, who's the younger one who was in the Heights, we had a kind of a rockabilly style band.
And then
so
they got recruited to their father's band. So
Yeah.
now they play with my husband,
Yeah,
all
so
three of
now-
them.
Who books y'all?
Who's the booker?
Well, I know our
They have a
singer-
female lead,
And a female
she,
singer, okay.
she's sort of in charge of all the
Yeah,
booking.
so she does the booking through.
I think she might have been on your show a few
That's
weeks ago.
that's
so,
good
yeah.
job security in it. You're doing all the
fun,
booking.
yeah.
Well, you know that we're going to get y'all booked to come on this show and play
Oh,
Sure,
live.
Sophia
Yeah.
and
Oh,
Robin on.
absolutely. Yeah, we'd love to. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want you to come on and feel comfortable and feel
Yeah.
like okay, it's going to be okay. She's not going to ask really crazy questions, but I am for you, Stephen. No, no,
That's all right, I'll
I'm
take
kidding.
it.
You tell me, how long have you been acting?
I don't know the years. I know I'm 31 now. I started when I.
Good to know. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're too old for the play. I'm sorry.
Right. I just got uncast. No, yeah, and then when I was 14, I got into this community training thing for youth in Boston. But when I was like between like 6 and 8, actually, I used to write plays for my siblings to perform at, like have my parents come downstairs and we would all perform. I would like direct my siblings. Yeah, there was.
That's
my
a
mother
huge
had
red
5 of us.
flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
They need to go ahead and get
Right.
you entered into some kind of acting school. That's
Yeah.
What did you entertain the family? Did you get up during Thanksgiving and stuff? And
Yeah, we did one at a Super Bowl party. We tried to do it during a halftime show, which I understand now that was probably not the best time. But we would have we used to have family meetings when I was younger, so we would make it a family meeting, we're all gonna meet, and we put on this play. We would readapt Cat in the Hat, or I would just write something original, and we would just perform it. Yeah.
That's great.
that is
Yeah.
that's fantastic. So that's been going on for a long time, because when everybody loves this, and Richard just closes his eyes and goes, when I was young, I would go to a movie and saw the movie, come home, and then recreate the movie with all the neighborhood kids,
Yeah.
and and
Yeah,
they'd
we
go
did
like,
that.
I didn't see the movie. What are you talking about? Okay, so-
Don't worry,
but
I'll tell you what to do.
I'm directing. You do what I
Yeah.
say. So, but that's and Peter Pan and like the Broke My Neck jumping off the couch to fly, and
so you were an
those
actor
kind of
and a
things.
stunt person.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
there you
stunt
go,
person, whatever it took, to do that. But you do get it in your soul, and you go like, I just want the attention. That's all it is. So where could I go to get, So you just do as many things as you can to get the attention, and then once your shelf life is over, then you go to radio.
There you go.
Right there you
There
go.
you go,
Okay. I can't see you anymore. Wait a minute.
Wait, now there's Facebook.
Now I've got to dye my hair again. But anyway, so the stage for you, once that happened, you started doing, real legit plays and stuff like that. Were you?
Yeah.
What
yeah.
time was that?
Yeah. In high school, funny, in high school, reading Romeo and Juliet freshman year, I just got an interest in the character Mercutio from that play.
Oh.
And I was just
His character too.
yeah, I was like, hold up, you can say these things, you can do this on stage, and it got that character really got me interested in theater in another
And you don't
way.
get kicked out of school. That's great.
Right, yeah,
It's
you know.
just- You can do it. It is. You can do whatever you want to say and do, and they allow.
To get out of jail free card.
Right.
So you can vent.
Literally. Yeah, you can vent, and venting was a big part of it for me too. I think I had a lot of emotional traumas. There's things that you grow up with, where I'm the part of the area that I lived in, there was not much access to theater or any type of emotional outlet. There was not that much, so theater became that thing for me. I would go with these.
But isn't it
lesbians
very
and do
important
stuff.
for
In
Yeah,
the neighborhood you grew up in, did you have to act like you were tough?
I would
Act
say
like you're scared?
Nah,
Act like
I
you're-
think you would have to you have to be smart enough. Some cities are like that, but the part where I'm from in Boston, you more so had to you have to I'll be able to outsmart your environment. You have to So yeah, there is some. I wouldn't say it's acting tough, but maybe you did have to put on some sort of facade.
Maybe
Sometimes
even
I
being
felt like
friendly.
that. Yeah, be
just-
friendly
yeah.
or
Or the
just
clown.
understand your environment.
Yeah, and
so that you can navigate.
You may
yeah.
need some swag sometime, and then you can
Yeah.
have some. don't even think about it kind of thing for 'em.
Yeah, like when it came to acting for some reason, like it was just kind of frowned upon. I don't know.
People don't understand it.
I can have
That's
my
what it-
guesses
yeah.
now, yeah,
Some
but
people don't
it was
understand.
kind of frowned upon or misunderstood. And at the same time, people would be like, in awe of actors,
Sure.
So
Yeah.
so it's really strange. But for me, I just would like if I could just get to the theater or where the thespians were.
Yes.
Like, I'm gonna feel. That's a place that's where I could be comfortable, where I could be myself.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's what it was to me. Yeah.
Well,
Well, my people.
How many stars do we see that are just brilliant? We go like, oh, this guy is so good. He's so good. And he goes on the Johnny Carson show and goes, yeah.
Right.
And you realize where they shine is on the stage.
And
or-
they're just like any other people.
Right,
You've
right,
got your
true.
extroverts and your introverts,
Yeah.
and
It's
But it
all
is
different, yeah.
odd because I've worked with many actors who were introverts, and they would come off the stage, and I'd want to chit chat, and they'd be like, "Shut down," and it's like.
Yeah.
That used to be me.
So that fascinated me because
used to be me
I'm
too.
just used to being on
Yeah.
at any
All the
given time, So, but they're out there. Like my husband he's an introvert and he plays guitar wonderfully in the band, but he would stand behind a pole if he
If he
could.
could.
He has
He
in the
just
past.
likes to play.
He's
he
done it
has
before.
the-
He has set up
Whereas
behind poles.
Ian's up front and center,
Right.
taking every third song and playing lead and dancing around with his flashy
Yeah.
clothes. They're total opposites, but they have the same level of talent, same talent,
Sure.
So it's,
Sure.
it's just different personalities.
Oh, I can't wait to see y'all on here.
I'm excited.
And I'll have him sit right there and go like,
Oh,
okay, so tell me.
over his dead body.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Robin will do it.
Robin and
I don't know
Ian will
if-
do it.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that you had that going and you felt more comfortable and you felt like, okay, now I can be myself and all of that. And that's so important for so many people trying to find that area. Where do I go to feel important? Now I'm probably like Melody. I can go anywhere and I feel comfortable. And like when I go to different churches, I'll go up and introduce myself and say, I'm so glad I'm here. Thank you so much. They go, no, that's what I'm supposed to say. And so I'll tell them I love, meeting people and all that. But you know what? I'm the weirdest introvert there is. I would rather be home alone under the covers watching black and white movies
Oh,
and
that's
eating
nice,
spaghetti.
too. Yeah.
And I'm fine doing
spaghetti.
that. And that's fine. But there's a side of me that is the side that, I'll do whatever it takes to get the attention. That's probably what I should say. But no, I love what I do. I always wanted to be on radio. I was on TV, but I wanted to be on radio because this is where I felt like you could get behind the mic and, and then you can just be yourself and no one is
don't
not
have to worry
judging you
about
about what you're
anything else.
wearing or your
Right.
makeup
Right.
right and all that stuff.
That's why we do what we do.
Just
But
your
when you
brain,
when you get on stage, are you wearing any kind of costume?
Yeah.
What kind of now are these present day? Are they like?
No, I said
this
it in. Well, there's been a lot of arguing among me and some of the cast. I've got a few Shakespeare. What's the nice word for it?
Shakespeare buffs,
Shakespeare buffs. Yeah.
No,
Well,
more like
enthusiasts.
I was gonna say.
What about
yeah.
purist?
Purists. That's
Yeah,
the word
yeah,
I'm looking
yeah.
for.
There we
That's
go.
a nice
Purists.
word.
Yeah,
Shakespeare
that's the-
purists that argue with me about what period I have this set in, and I call it it's the melody period because
Melody's
it's not
head. Yeah,
it's not
that's our-
modern. It's roughly this early 1700s of Italy, but it's not. It's just a look that I'm going for,
Right.
which is more traditional Shakespeare
Right.
from that time period, but with relax. It's a comedy. We're having fun. I'm going for a look here. I don't have to be, exact
Exactly.
on
Right.
the buckle of the shoe. And
Yeah.
I'm serious.
That's
That's
No,
what
that-
I'm talking
no,
about.
yeah,
And so
the-
I just tell them
yeah.
to unclench and just let's have some fun. And so they're like, okay. So yeah, it's set more traditionally in the Italian countryside in the 1700s, and I toyed. A lot of people said it in like during the Vietnam War or modern day or Western or whatever, like
I
the
did,
Old West.
I did Romeo and Juliet in the 80s one time.
And there's
We said
nothing
it,
wrong with that. Yeah.
We did it.
It's
set in
just
the
not
80s.
my favorite thing. I like the pretty.
Yeah.
costumes and
Right.
to go. You know, that's just me. There's nothing wrong with setting it in any time period you want. I just like the old-fashioned.
Well,
way
when
to-
people leave, though, they
Same.
feel like they've been to the theater.
right,
You know,
it's very
and that's good.
theatrical and very
The costumes,
yeah.
the costumes we're wearing are
And
pretty
you
cool.
don't have half the audience sitting there going,
Surely.
"What?" you know.
Now, did you design the costumes?
Yeah,
You did?
Yeah, that is all out of my
So
head.
you
I
had
mean,
to work with a.
no, I
seamstress
bought
or-
most of the stuff,
bought
or
most- okay.
well, I will tell a fun story. Well, I made some boots, so that was fun.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want to say
Yeah,
how I made
don't give away that secret just yet.
But a lot of it was pieces that I
Good call.
either found in the costume closet or from the Stage Right costume closet, or things that I bought online that would go with, you know,
modified,
because
yeah.
I sort of have color themes for different characters and so it's just sort of a mishmash of things in my head.
That's.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Didn't have to.
so
Now,
when-
Hero's mom did make some of her dresses, but
Yes.
they're very cohesive with the dresses that were bought. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well, that, as long as it flows.
Yes, it's
Yes,
flowy
yes,
and
yeah.
cohesive.
The
yeah.
aesthetic is what we
That's-
call
that's
it.
right.
There's the aesthetic.
The
It's
aesthetic.
pretty cool. The knee-high boots, and we have
And
the
what I
rapiers.
will say though,
Oh,
I
my
We're
goodness.
because
Oh,
we're
yeah.
soldiers.
yeah.
Yeah, we're soldiers returning from war, so we're in the
Oh,
that's
double-breasted
right.
vests. We look really,
Yeah.
we look really cool.
That's
one of my
very
favorite
cool.
Shakespeare movies is Much Ado About Nothing that Kenneth Branagh did in the 90s, and I just fell in love with it when I saw it. I think I first saw it on PBS. They played it on PBS, and I was already in love with Shakespeare at that age, but I just fell in love with more. And so this play that I'm finally directing, this play, it's really kind of a slight homage to the movie. I wanted to, because it was such a fun thing and it just drew me in, and I just wanted to kind of convey that too.
Well,
'Cause I was such a big fan of that movie.
I think if you've never seen the movie Much Ado About Nothing, then this is going to be great. And we're going to give you a sneak peek of one of the scenes that Ian and Stephen and Ian, that sounds, Stephen and Ian do. And Steve, tell me your character's name.
I play Claudio.
Claudio. You're Claudio, and you are
Yeah, I'm Steven. I'm playing Benedict.
Benedict.
Benedict. Yep.
Not Arnold, but Benedict.
Not Benedict.
Not
Benedict.
Benedict.
Not Benedict.
With a CK. Yeah.
Yeah.
With a
CK.
CK. Benedict.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Got it. I don't know how much difference that's going to make, but it's okay. But they're going to do the scene, and we know that this scene is 1 minute and 23 seconds right now. And so,
Roughly.
Yeah,
And
roughly,
so-
give or take.
And so this is a sneak peek. Don't tell anybody about this, because this is going to be like you get a little about what's going to happen. No, we want you to tell everybody about it and start ordering tickets.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now we'll talk about that as soon as it's at the end of the show. Okay, all right. So now, ladies and gentlemen, here is Much Ado About Nothing.
Benedict, dost thou note the daughter of Signor Leonardo?
I noted her not, but I looked on her.
Is she not a modest young lady?
Do you question me as an honest man should do for my simple true judgment, or would you have me speak after my custom, as being a professed tyrant to their sex?
No, I pray thee speak in sober judgment.
Well, in faith, methinks she's too low for high praise, too brown for fair praise, and too little for great praise. Just one commendation I can afford her, that were she other than she is, she weren't handsome. And being no other than but as she is, I do not like her.
Thou thinkest I am in sport. I pray thee tell me truly how thou likest her.
Would you buy her that you inquire after her?
Can the world buy such a jewel?
Yea, and a case to put it into. But speak you this with a sad brow.
In mine eyes she is the sweetest lady that I've ever looked on.
I can see, yet without spectacles. And I see no such matter. There's her cousin, and were she not possessed with a fury, exceeds her as much in beauty as the 1st of May doth the last of December. But I hope you have no intent to turn husband, have you?
I would scarce trust myself, though I swore on the contrary if Hero would be my wife.
Is it come to this? Shall I not see a bachelor of threescore again?
Oh, wonderful! That was great. You guys got it down.
And see, you understood what they were talking about.
Yes,
right?
yes,
See?
I did.
The way I do Shakespeare is just
I
inviting.
laughed at
and
the
loving.
appropriate time. I was like,
Yeah, you did.
This guy-
Great
this guy
laughing.
is what? Did you-
Great laughing.
So you are a Don Juan type of guy?
Oh, what?
A Don
Don
Juan
Juan,
type.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
kind of.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Confirmed
Oh, yes,
bachelor.
yes,
yeah.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
Then
In fact, he has a name in there, Don. It's
There
not
are
John
two
Don.
Dons.
Oh, that's Don
There are some real
John.
Dons
Don
in the
John.
play.
There is a Don John, but he's not. He's the villain.
He's the villain.
Yeah.
I didn't
Don
know if he was
Pedro's Don
playing
Pedro
on
and
that.
Don John.
That whole ado is his business. Is what he starts. Don John. Yeah.
Yeah, do about
Yeah.
But that was really good.
Thank you.
I mean, it was
Thank
just,
you.
it was so smooth. It was
Yeah.
really good. And y'all are sitting down. See, they did without having to draw their sword or anything.
I know,
Richard,
yeah.
it was
Yeah.
great.
We don't get to draw swords in this show.
There's no sword fighting.
Oh, there's no
it's
violence.
just pretty. It's just pretty.
just
Yeah.
They're kind
I
of
love melodies.
like hip decorations, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
At the time,
Because it's not.
And the men
yeah.
did have them on
Yeah,
at
they
the
did.
time,
Yeah,
walking around.
especially
We're
the
returning.
military men.
We're returning
Yeah.
from war, so
We just got
there's
back.
no. Yeah.
Right. I'm telling you,
It's time to party. No.
Yeah, it's time to party.
You're right.
they're trying to find some
Like it's
women.
And then the
1799.
party goes
Love.
south.
Yeah.
Fall in love. Love interrupts the party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love interrupts the party.
always
then
does.
I'll write
all
that down,
the-
Richard.
yeah.
That's a.
love-
We'll
yeah.
keep that. Unless I'm plagiarizing Shakespeare.
No,
Does
no,
it say
you're
that?
good.
Okay. Oh, that's
And you
We can
can't
share it.
plagiarize Shakespeare. Nobody owns actually Shakespeare. He's in the
it's
public domain.
Public domain. Yeah.
Oh, I wonder.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did his agent explain that to him?
I know, right?
All the-
We're gonna put you in public domain, and everybody.
Which
get
is
at
why
you.
I can edit it freely the way I need to.
Yes.
And you have
Because
That's awesome.
traditionally Shakespearean plays are between 3 and 4 hours long because they didn't have a lot to do back then. So they would come into town for entertainment for the day, and and the groundlings and the townspeople would watch the show half the day. That was their entertainment. You can't even imagine that now. But now in this age, where everyone's attention span is so short,
3 seconds.
I cannot do a 3 or 4 hour play. Musicals, they can maybe make it 3 hours because there's a lot of singing and dancing and
there's a lot.
but so it's been edited down. It's about 50 minutes and 45 the first act, the first half and the second half. I say act, the way I cut it, I don't use his acts. I just sort of chopped it where I thought it would be good. And,
That's
yeah.
awesome to have that kind of power.
It is,
what I'm
and
doing
I
to
actually
Shakespeare.
talk to Shakespeare before I touch a page, and I say, "Okay, forgive me for what I'm about to do,
Right.
but I promise I'm doing you justice in bringing your art to the
Yeah.
community."
Turn thy head to the right. Okay. But when I did commercials at Time Warner for about a long time, and it was 10 seconds that we had to change any kind of picture or any kind of view or anything like that. Every 10 seconds had to change because that was what they found as the attention span of the
That's
public.
crazy.
By the time I left, it was 3 seconds.
Oh my God.
And I can't imagine now what it is with TikTok and everybody like that.
Because they're
You
doing
guys-
this.
Split
Yes,
second.
Probably
Yeah.
30 seconds.
If they don't catch you in a second, I watch them, him and his brother, looking at videos. I'm serious. And they'll just flip right through a video if it just doesn't even look good.
That's it.
I mean,
And
you
they
got
don't even
couple
give it a
seconds.
chance.
I mean,
Yeah.
So
it's-
I
yeah.
really, I just need to say hi every 2 or 3 seconds. Hey, we're still here. Because people going, what are they
They
talking
don't
about?
change the station.
Well, on Tuesdays we just do sign language because I interpret for the deaf, but I bring deaf people in here. We're doing this for the deaf community and we're awareness for them. So imagine somebody going by. What are they doing?
Right.
Because it is, but it's so much fun. But we all talk. We talk at the same time
Yeah.
as we sign, but it's great. And I think that you doing this on radio, it's like old fashioned for a lot of the platforms. We were like podcasting, and so it's just we're hearing you, and that'll tease everybody to make sure they go and get their tickets so that you can see, how long is the play?
It's how long is
How-
it running
how-
or
no? How long is the play when you're doing it? Is it
with
2 hours?
intermission?
Wow.
It's 2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah, with intermission.
2 hours with these guys.
Yeah.
And
It's fun, man.
Melody, do you come out at all and introduce things?
Yes, I'll
You
come
do.
out at the beginning since it's my show, and I'll come out my show. It's going to be theirs shortly. It's still mine
Right,
until
hey,
Friday,
that's
next
fine,
Friday.
That's fine.
Then I turn it over to them, and I
Hit
just
the ground
watch.
running.
This is like your kid go to school.
I know, yeah.
But what's exciting is I will come out before the show and welcome everyone and any newcomers or special groups that are there. And I'm excited having the April slot. I get to introduce Stage Right's new season. So we will have it ready
Exciting.
to announce the 2023-2024 season.
The season
next
is
Friday.
coming up. Okay.
Yeah.
And are you calling for people to come audition? I mean, or just to watch
absolutely.
watch the website that we're doing auditions now?
Yes, get on Facebook, Stage Right of Texas. A lot of it, or I think it's on, is it Instagram or I don't know.
There's
Snapchat.
Instagram. It's just Instagram and Facebook. Or the two
Instagram and
big
Facebook
ones,
is
yeah.
where they really are concentrating all of their information as far as auditions and things like that, so that you're aware and can come out.
Yeah.
And they do have a website too. I don't know if it's been updated. Hopefully they'll update it soon. And the box office too at the Crichton.
Right.
They have all that information. So
Well-
if you just want to call the box office, they can tell you what dates or auditions or who to contact.
What about if you do they provide the judges, or are
Provide
you
the
the
judges.
the judging the audition?
Oh, that's the director. It's all the director.
All the directors. Okay.
They
so-
cast it themselves. It's their vision, their casting, and their baby until opening night.
Are you guys? Have y'all ever sat on the other side and watched somebody and audition people?
We were just talking about that because different directors have different styles of auditioning. I put everybody into one big room and make them act with each other. Whereas other directors will keep everyone outside and bring people in one at a time.
Oh man.
So it's different.
It's
It depends
interesting,
on the director's
And every
style.
theater does it different.
That's hard.
I've auditioned for some theaters where they bring you in one at a time, but I'm kind of used to everyone.
He's used to the way I did because
Yeah.
a lot of directors do it my way, and especially in community theater.
Yeah,
But
it
other
threw me
directors
off.
do it.
but I end up liking it afterwards. 'cause
Yeah.
Because you
meet
get to
people
you get to see your
It threw
competition.
him off
man,
because
yeah.
he's not
and
used to that.
compete, which I like.
Yeah.
Oh man, you'd be so. I mean, that's true. You get so pumped up from being with them. That
You
can
see
walk
who
in
your
there, you do
competition
anything.
is, and you can
Yeah.
up your game.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
but
as a director, I can see people together and how they play off of each other and what they look like together, and sometimes my vision completely changes. I went into this audition thinking, okay, my usual suspects are going to come, but maybe I'll have one or two new ones, and I kind of would not precast, but have an idea in my head of where it was going. And then Steven walked in, and I'm like, yes, this is different, and I'm going to completely change everything. It was awesome, it's just amazing. So,
That's
and I
great.
love when new people come in. Yeah,
she made you feel welcome, huh?
Yeah, I mean, at first I didn't know anything. I didn't know what she was thinking. I know I'm thinking about her and what she's thinking. And then
Hey, me too, man.
yeah, right. Hey, And then she's like, all right, we're gonna start the auditions now. And I'm like, wait, in this room?
Yeah.
And with all the other actors in there, we just started popping up. I'm like, oh.
And that was
this
tough
is a
because I
different
didn't
game.
really get to see everybody because I was in the. We did that in the lobby. In the auditorium, we were in like close to Tech Week rehearsals for In the Heights.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was running back and forth.
Oh my
Going,
word!
Yeah.
running in there,
I would
doing
have
stuff
send
for In the
somebody to
Heights.
call 'em in,
And
yeah.
then, someone would call me, and then I would run out, read with someone real quick, and then run back in. So I didn't actually get to. So it was kind of a surprise when I finally saw the final cast list because I hadn't really seen a good chunk of them because I didn't get to sit in like I usually would.
Well,
Yeah.
it's so exciting to know the behind the scenes and what goes on there, and in judging that when anybody has to go in for an audition, it is so, because you're so scared,
Yeah.
and they hand you the script and you're trying to read the script, but you don't have anybody to ask. Do you want this in accent, or do you want me to just do it like? And there's no one to talk to.
Speaking
at
of
that time.
accents, we were just talking
we were
about
talking
that.
about that too, yeah.
Because a lot of people, if
you
you're
were
going to
gonna say
do
something
Shakespeare
too about
traditionally, you would use an English accent
Yeah.
because of the Globe Theater and everything. But we're in Southeast
Conroe,
Texas. We're in
yes.
Conroe.
Come on.
So,
Yeah.
and not a lot
Turn
of
around, we're in
people
Conroe.
have had dialect training and things like that. Some people I can naturally do fairly decent accents, but some people can't at all, but they think they can, which, that's a whole nother problem. So to me, either everybody needs to do the accent properly or nobody. Because as long as I can get the Texas twang out of it,
Right.
unless it's a Southern show or something, but as long as, some sort of a Midwest, blanketed accent, then no English accents unless everybody can do it, or Italian or whatever,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Because you're in
because
Italy.
it's distracting.
Yeah.
It's distracting.
I had to stop myself because I typically want to just
Well,
do an English
and it
accent.
leans to,
it
it makes
leans
you
to,
want to do it.
kinda
So
just,
it is
yeah.
The
hard.
arrangement of the words.
'Cause I grew up,
But
Yeah.
also, I
Makes you
think
wanna
that,
just say it like that.
especially in this community or any community that's not in England, American communities, when you perform Shakespeare in an English accent, it's sort of like double the what do you want to say?
I know. Like
Intimidation
the
factor
Yeah, there
is
you go.
double
That's the word.
because not only are you, even though you're speaking English, but one,
Yeah.
you've got an accent, so the words sound a little different, and then two, Shakespeare writes, the words are not in an order that we're used to. So even though it's
especially
yeah,
in Texas,
Yes.
in Texas,
you're-
yes,
and you-
yeah.
so my job, I want everyone to get it and understand
right.
it and have fun with it because Shakespeare wrote for the common man, not the
But you're not
educated.
going to say, you're not going to come out and tell the audience, okay, everybody, don't worry, we're going to slow this down, and we're going to make
Right,
it where
well,
you, can
just want to,
understand
and this show in
everybody. Yeah.
particular is so much fun and
Yeah.
so silly
Yeah.
and so just welcoming and I just want everyone to just have a good time and understand it and I think adding English accents on top of that would just be too much for this show. I could
too
just
much.
see it for Henry V or King Lear or
Right,
Richard
Yeah.
III, but for
You have
this
to
one,
ease them into it.
yeah, because this situation and this plot could happen anywhere.
Yeah.
So
Right,
there's
right.
nothing historical about it. It's just a fun.
Written in the
story.
1600s, but relevant today. Listen, I got to get Jeff in here. Jeff
Yes.
Barnes is the set director.
He's the set designer, my set designer, yes.
He's the set designer, and we're going to talk to him. So we got to lose you guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
I
Sorry,
just
but
hate.
you can
We're
see
going to
us-
go to a
you
break.
can see us
though,
on
first.
If you buy
though.
tickets and come see the show.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Plenty of
Yes,
us, yeah.
absolutely.
We all wave if I'm in the audience.
Oh,
I'll throw in a wink.
Oh,
I'll throw in I'll give you a gesture and a couple
Yeah.
words.
they'll tip
Hey,
your
there
story.
Okay, well, we're going to go to a break right now, and we'll be right back wherever you are. Do not leave because now
leave.
you want to see and meet the set designer because that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. Y'all were wonderful.
Thank you so much for having us. Yeah,
pleasure.
yeah.
Love it.
So go out there and sign autographs, and we'll
Yeah.
tell Jeff to come on in.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Every week, people ask the same two questions. Are they ready to retire? Will their savings last for their lifetimes? Hi, this is Chris Wootton with Wootton Financial Group. Our firm has been in Montgomery County for decades, but the hopes and dreams of the people we serve never change. We help answer these two questions and many more that people have about their uncertain financial future. We have a simple introductory client experience that allows us to get to know the client and includes a few meetings for the client to kick the tires at no charge. We provide a concise, one-page summary that helps the client get a better handle on which questions are the right questions for them. To learn more about Wootton Financial Group's process in helping their clients to a clearer financial future and to see their contact information, visit Cindy Cochran Show page on irlonestar.com/TCCS. Wootton Financial Group is a proud sponsor of the Cindy Cochran Show. Wootton Financial Group is available by phone at 936-449-5952 or visit them on the web at www.woottonfinancial.com. That's www.woottonfinancial.com.
And we're back on the Cindy Cochran Show. Thank you so much for joining us again. And if you're on the radio, you missed half the show, but that's okay because you can go to YouTube and watch the whole show and watch all 209 shows and just binge away. But anyway, we've got the set designer and we want to talk to him for much ado about nothing. I just can't even say it without pausing for ado. Ado, A-D-O-E. A-D-O. Did I put an E? I think no, it's an E on the pamphlet that he had. The 1600 pamphlet, it says
Oh, really?
A-D-O-E.
Huh. Okay. Didn't know that.
Okay, it's A-D-O.
Oh, yeah.
It's A-D-O. Well,
Ado.
see, ado, that I couldn't, but ado, what a do was, a do,
That's weird.
ado.
I'll have to look at it.
I'll show it to you.
Okay.
I'm sorry you have to come to the Cindy Cochran Show and find out those things, but because I'm so educated and all that stuff. But anyway, Jeff, tell me, how did you find them, and did y'all know each other before? Or?
How did I find them? I'm from Conroe.
You're from Conroe, okay.
I'm from Conroe. I was raised here, and I graduated high school in 1984. And I started acting at the Little Theater of Conroe when they were in the old plumbing building.
Oh my
So
goodness.
that's how long I've been doing it. So I did it all through high school, which was in the late 70s, right before they even renovated the Crichton in the 70s. And then, of course, I graduated high school and then was on my way to New York and to Dallas and to California.
Wow.
And so I'm back, basically.
Oh.
So that's how I found them. I knew all about them all along.
Small town boy does good and comes back and comes back.
Right.
They usually don't come back.
No, they
usually
don't.
you lose them
They don't.
and they'll never come back
I
here
know they
again.
don't, but I came back. So I'm back in town now. I'm living
Okay.
here full
All
time
right.
now.
Well, the Crichton can put.
And you want to talk about your store?
And I have a great new business downtown. Plug for my business.
please.
Martin Driscoll. We do home furnishings and interior design. It's in the old Carter Drug Building, in the back of the old Carter Drug Building.
Okay.
And we just opened last week.
On the West Davis side.
On the
West
West
Davis side.
Davis
Was it
side.
Okay.
Carmelita's or
And by Carmelita's
Yeah.
Mexican food restaurant.
Oh, that's so cool.
And we have all kinds of fun stuff for your home.
It's really cool.
And we have
They had
smelly
the
stuff
grand
for your house. And we have all kinds of stuff. My mother and I are in business together.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Thank you for letting me
Now,
plug
does Melody, say, look, Jeff, your friend, come on. I need that couch for the first scene.
Actually,
You mean, yes, a special friend discount, I call it. Yeah.
Jeff and I just met not too long ago.
Uh-huh.
He came up to me during a show. I was at the front of the house. Was it Spamalot or
It
Rent?
was Murder on the Orient
It
Express.
was Murder on the Orient Express. So the beginning of this season, and he told me about himself, and I met his mom, and they were telling me about their past, in Conroe before they moved. I think the Dallas area is kind of
Well,
where y'all were
I went
for a
to
while.
SMU. I went to Parsons School of Design, and then SMU. I finished at SMU with a master's degree in art history. So I was in Dallas for years and worked as an art director in Dallas for years.
Oh, man.
So that's where I was for a
And
long
he
part of
wanted
it. But
to
I've been in
s-
California, spending on different gigs. I was in San Francisco spending a lot of time in San Francisco, and of course New York. But I've traveled very frequently. I go to France fairly often because we import French antiques. So
Oh,
I travel
wow.
to France a lot.
So you are a busy man.
He's a
and,
busy
I'm busy.
man.
and so for you to catch him, to keep him here for this long.
Yeah.
is a
well,
big deal.
luckily they opened their store, and he's kind of grounded here for most of the
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
time. now.
I'm here now.
But I met him, a few months ago during Murder, and he expressed interest in getting back into the Crichtons, since that's where he kind of was in his youth, and that he was into that he obviously not just into design, he's very proficient, and wanted to. And I told him that I was directing Much Ado About Nothing, and that we got excited.
So
and,
there we go.
And that's
how it all
nice.
started.
And that was it.
So, and he's very gracious to give his time to the community theater. And here's the best part, okay, to me. So when I cast the show, he came to our first read through just to see the cast, and see what was going on. And one of the guys I cast turned down the role, a small role, but a very important and fun role.
I
but
think
he
I know
turned
it's
it down.
coming.
And I looked over and I went, Jeff, you
Yeah.
can do this.
So
So he is
Awesome.
actually in the show as well.
Oh,
So
that's
I'm one of the
perfect.
villains.
Yes,
so
he's one of
I'm
the
a villain.
villains.
It's fun.
Oh.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry I didn't have you in. I thought you were just a set
No,
designer.
no.
No.
Well, the reason, because the other guys that he's on stage with most of the time, they
I don't play scenes with
right
Okay. with-
Stephen
with,
and Dory.
with either of them. Yeah.
But
so.
you've got a small role. Are you going to try and make it bigger?
Oh, he does.
I'm trying to do the best I can because he's kind of a conflicted fellow.
Yeah.
He's got it. He's fallen into a bad spot.
But that's what everybody wants, though. They
I
want
know,
that
and he
kind of.
doesn't-
but then he
he's-
gets thrown into some comedy,
And then
so it's really
he's,
funny.
So he's a
yeah.
little. It was kind of fun trying to find him. Okay, well, what is he doing exactly?
Yeah.
So we'll see
No,
what kind of
there is
shenanigans we get into.
not a dud in the show. They are just all incredible. I cannot wait. To
Well,
see
now,
it.
so you designed this.
life.
Are you designing is there furniture there? And it's not period furniture.
The set is placed set in Messina, which is on Sicily.
Okay.
So we're dealing with the Mediterranean. and it is in a garden of a well-to-do gentleman of Messina.
So it's all outdoors.
It's all outdoors.
So
That's
we have
perfect.
like a balcony leading into the house, and then
Okay.
different entrances leading into different parts of the property. So it's sort of the backside of the house. you
So
know,
people coming
like
and
a big-
going.
So the furniture consists of benches
Right.
and a fountain,
fountain.
and that's
And
it,
that's
really.
stone steps. Yeah.
Where'd you
So-
find the fountain? Was it there? Did you have one in the
I
back?
lucked into, well, here's the funny thing about the fountain. I lucked into the main part of the fountain, the bottom, the base, from Sarah Preisler. I think it was from another show. And she said we could paint it. And so we're using the bottom part of the fountain, and then he's designing the top part of the fountain to go with it.
So I'm kind of augmenting the fountain
yeah,
as it exists. So I'm using pieces and putting the pieces together in a different
So
way.
you're going to build some things for them. You're going to be in the show.
Correct.
And you're having to deal with all the egos, right?
It's not a real problem. No,
No.
there's not been a. It's not
Really-
been a bad one, really, honestly.
Well, that's
because
what
I
these
keep them
two-
tamped down.
That's what,
I was telling them about some of the Shakespeare purists that have given me a hard time, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm
Oh
just
yeah,
like,
the
whatever.
period thing.
Yeah.
Well, as an historian, I'm an art historian, so I'm on the more purist side. Tend to be.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
if you're going to do it, in my opinion, try to do it with a bit of flair or a bit of point of view. And
Right.
Melody has her point of view, which she's, graciously directed us at. But I'm always going to try to find something that looks the period we say. But
Right.
it's difficult because that's a semiotic question. We are not in the 16th century Italy, so how are we going to interpret it intelligently and
Yes.
aesthetically pleasing in a way, you know?
and since
But
I
still
bet you,
fun and not
But fun,
stuffy.
yeah.
Yeah.
I bet you anything, Jeff, that all the people coming had never been to Italy either.
Oh, you're doing the Texas accent.
I feel
Yes.
like they will not have been there to Italy, and they're just going to believe whatever you put up there is
Yeah.
fine.
Well,
you just
I'm-
put
we're-
a sign that says Italy. That's it.
Yeah, I'm trying. Italy, you are in Italy now. I'm trying.
You're an Italian country.
Yeah, it's Italy.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like if you aesthetically get something that brings that ambiance, it's like, okay, we're in a garden, and now we're in Italy, and we're in a garden, and there's a lot of grapes, and there's the little tables, and and all the stuff that they need. It doesn't. How would you know whether it was 1600 or
Well, that's true. I mean, there are cliches that you can use. I mean,
Yeah.
and I would try not to be cliched about it. So, for me, it's really about the color palette and the textures and.
And it's something we've had to go back and forth on because this is community theater. We have a budget that we can't really go over, or if we do, we're going to lose money on the show, and we
Right.
don't want to do that. We want
No.
Stage Right to stay
Yeah,
in business.
correct.
Right.
And, we have time constraints too, and manpower constraints. So sometimes he has to compromise a lot more than he wants to, and I appreciate
I'm
that he's doing that because
I did.
because
We did.
he wants perfection, and I understand that, but I also have been doing this long enough to know, okay, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do and compromise, and make it. But it's going to be gorgeous, no matter what
matter.
you compromise. It's going to be gorgeous. So.
Well, that's what I mean. All the sets. I mean, and they really have a high bar to hit, and you've probably just raised it, by bringing him in.
I think
'cause
so, yeah.
You've not done set design for Crichton.
I have done set design for Crichton
You know, when you.
when I was young,
Okay.
very young.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did.
This is his first new one.
This is my first
Yeah.
new one
Oh, okay.
Since
in
he's been
this
back.
iteration of my life. But no, I worked with Gene Brazier back when Gene was doing stuff. I did Sound of Music, and we did Father of the Bride in 1984, 1983, 84.
So you worked with Dennis O'Connor?
I don't know Dennis O'Connor. No, I don't.
He came a little after.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh.
yeah. So
That's a shame.
I was it was Gene Brazier and Pete Brazier, Grace Thompson, Pete Thompson.
It was
early,
before they got into the Crichton.
right.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh,
Well,
okay.
yeah, and those
And
first
those-
first years we were at the Crichton,
That they were at the Crichton.
Now,
the Little Theater of Conroe. Yeah.
do you feel like at that time, because of the time, and did y'all have more money? Was it less money? You had to be more creative, or what?
It's really similar. It hasn't changed really a lot
That's
structurally.
great.
It's
Oh, that's great.
fairly the same. I mean, there's always been budget issues relative
Right.
to that.
This community of artists is so lucky to have the Crichton because it's gorgeous and it holds so many people, which is unheard of, and the potentials. We have a fly system and a 3-story, proscenium, and it's just, or 2-story proscenium. It's just incredible what you can do, with even a little bit,
Well, now how the Crichton sits right now, like if you walk in there, are you walking into the 20s? Are you walking into the 30s, or
Well, the Crichton was built in 1934.
Right.
Okay, so the 30s, you're walking into that, that time, the architect.
Art Deco influences in there.
It's
and
really neoclassicism.
yeah.
The decorating program of the Crichton is neoclassics, in the neoclassic style.
Okay.
And I would go even further and say Venetian. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of Venetian.
So
yeah.
those are
That
the
makes
motifs
sense.
that you'll see in the
Frescoes
decoration
and-
of the
yeah.
Crichton itself. And then the color scheme is fairly Italianate, I would
Right.
say. The ochre and the brick red and
And that's what I
et cetera,
noticed
et
about
cetera.
your set too. You're really complimenting our proscenium. It sort of all flows together. And so
That's
it's really
so
cool.
that's
so
so
the
great.
last few shows at the Crichton that Sage Right has done have been fairly urban. So In the Heights was a fairly urban set, and Rent is a New York urban set. So
And then
this aesthetic is
Spamalot is just out of the world. So.
right. It's more cartoony
Yeah,
or more
cartoonish, yeah.
So this will be a different aesthetic on top of that, so that it's going to be the
Very
colors
warm and
bright and springy
Yeah,
and
yeah.
outdoors, et cetera, et cetera.
Now,
and
do you
inviting.
do you have to deal with the audio like you want to have the birds singing, or you want to have?
Okay, that's mine.
I'm not a sound man.
Yeah,
that's
that's
you,
me.
you
Yeah.
take care of us. You
Some
take care of the
I
sound
do.
too. Okay.
Because with musicals, they're so complicated and chaotic. You have to have lots of hands in the pot. When you do just a play, it's a lot less trouble as far as all that goes. And I love sound, and I love acting and directing. So I design the soundtrack myself to my shows, and I've done it for others for their plays too, because they have no idea. So I go through and pick music and listen to things, and which song would sound good after this line, or which song would sound good after this scene, or to introduce this next scene. So I'm actually working on that right now, and I've got it pretty much locked down. So I just gotta commit already and get it all prepared.
Now, do you share with? I mean, who all do you share that with?
Nobody
to
until
let
it's
them know.
done.
Till it's done.
Yeah, I have not heard it.
No,
Oh,
I've not
okay,
heard it.
okay. So,
So-
you're not going to move a plant over someplace because she got a different song.
No,
No,
because
it's going to work together because we both
it's
know
not a
what
musical,
we know what
so-
we're doing.
Yeah, yeah.
She
Right.
knows more or less what I'm doing. I mean, I'm fairly transparent. So.
Well, is there music? Is there music in this? There's music in the play.
Oh, what's
Right.
exciting! I don't want to give away too much
Okay.
because I will say there's some live stuff going on, but then there's also transitional music in between scenes and stuff. But yeah, a
Okay.
lot of music. Yeah,
You don't have anyone swinging from the balcony or anything?
no.
Oh, okay.
no.
okay.
It's
Oh,
not a
well,
musical, but there's
No, I
there's
mean-
going to be nice music. Yeah.
I mean, I
Oh,
should know-
as far as the surprise
yeah,
factor, no.
surprise
You have to
factor.
come see it. It's very delightful, and it's just really, really cool. It's
Have you
fun.
ever done that where you had some actors sitting in the audience, and then when it came time for them to, they stand up, and then the audience is like,
I've been.
I've been to those shows.
I've been to
yeah.
those shows. That's not my favorite thing. Now, I'm not saying it's not fun and good when they run through the aisles and things like that. I've never done that in one of my shows. I like the challenge of sucking in an audience from the stage. That's just me.
well,
There's
I think
validity
it's-
to that, but to me, the written word and chewing on the words and pulling an audience in to really enjoy the plot in the show. To me, that's where the challenge and the
Well,
fun is.
sometimes you got a lousy play, melody, and you need that.
That gimmick?
Gimmick.
Yeah.
Yes, a gimmick.
Sure, like I said, there's validity to it. Yeah, yeah. It's just not something I've ever done before.
The lighting guy
and I'm
said-
not saying I never will. I'm just saying I have not done that.
The lighting guy saying, "I don't want to try and find the person in when he stands up. I don't want to follow him down the
You've
aisle."
got a
Come
lighting
on.
issue.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's actually designing the lighting as well to complement his set design. So,
You are okay.
so we're doing that tonight.
We're
Actually, we're
working
going to
on
set
that tonight, so
set the lights. And, yeah.
And would you suggest to Richard that we might put one of those little lights those round lights
A
on
ring
the
light?
on the mic? to make
Do you
the
film
person.
yourself for like TikTok and
No,
things?
I
No, see,
don't.
he doesn't.
I don't. No. I don't want to see a picture of me. I don't like to be. I'm not like that on
He's
social
not
media.
a big social media guy, so
I mean, I'll
he doesn't
post
understand.
photographs, and I'm a photographer too, so I'll
People
put
have
photographs.
these ring
But I
lights
won't.
that-
yeah.
Yeah, the ring light is like okay. He's still me.
It's sort of a filter
Yeah,
for
uh-huh.
It makes you look good. That's
Yeah, it's
all.
like a
It
ring light
erases
because
the
it
wrinkles.
neutralizes all the shadows,
Right.
so you
Yes.
don't
And
have
the
any
yellows
bad
and
spots.
yeah.
I love that he knows. He knows what to say. That's so good. Jeff, thank you so much for
you.
being here,
Thank you, I
and
appreciate
I cannot wait to see this.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the people that get to see this, and so tell them about it. They can watch this till the cows come home because it'll be on YouTube forever.
I do want to shout out to John Barton,
I do.
who is my main set construction,
Okay.
and is helping with
Yeah.
design and compromising.
Right.
So they've been working together cohesively and just going, "Is this okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah,
Yes.
sure, that's fine."
I would like
You
to
know,
give
so-
a big props to John.
to
He's
John
been,
Barton. Yes,
we can't do
absolutely. And
without
he's
him.
been actually designing with me and building my sets for 25 years.
A long time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm the
bringing
newbie in
Jeff
that group, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And they've been it's been really good. Yeah.
And nobody's having an argument.
No,
That's so
we,
great.
no, we
No, we
keep
can't
it,
say
we
that.
keep it good.
But we're like a family. You argue,
No.
you get over it.
You are, you
know?
get over it. It's okay.
You're
What are
there
you
for the
gonna
common
do?
good, right?
No,
So it's
that's
fun.
great. Y'all are so fun, and I just love having Melody come over. She's just, you just want to like, let's go to lunch. Okay, all right. Anyway, so thank you very much for being here.
April 7th through the
And
23rd.
April 7th through the 23rd. It's a good thing to go. Okay, good.
We open
Cindy.
next Friday.
Next
'Cause
Friday. Next
you're gonna-
Friday.
you'll
You're
love
gonna-
it. It's hilarious.
Yes, it's hilarious. And listen, tomorrow we have the Cutthroats. And he's counting me down. Okay, we have the Cutthroats tomorrow, the Conroe Cutthroats. They are with the roller derby. He's going like, you have Cutthroats on tomorrow?
Sounds good.
This program is sponsored by the Wootton Financial Group. It is not the intent of Wootton Financial Group to render or offer personalized investment advice or financial planning advice through this radio program or any related website. Wootton Financial Group's participation in this program is limited to providing general information on financial matters and should not be construed as financial recommendation or investment advice. Investment advisory services are offered through Game Plan Advisors, Inc., a registered investment advisor registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission and the state of Texas. Insurance services are offered through Wootton Financial Group, Inc. Game Plan Advisors and Wootton Financial Group, Inc. are affiliated through common ownership, and neither firm is affiliated with The Cindy Cochran Show. No listener should assume that any information presented and or made available on this program serves as the receipt of or a substitute for personalized individual advice from Game Plan Advisors, Wootton Financial Group, or any of their representatives.